Welcome back to another weekly Anchor Update. As always, I'm Brody.
And I'm Tim. Today's top stories: Providence sees a major drop in crime. 3 Rhode Island teachers are honored for creative STEAM work inside their classrooms. A British national is sentenced for a multi-state construction fraud scheme. And Senator Sheldon Whitehouse is the only United States lawmaker to attend the Global Climate Summit, putting Rhode Island on the world stage.
But first, let's check in with Joe and Reagan to see what's happening on campus.
Thanks, guys. Here's what's happening on campus this week. The next session of Conversations That Connect is coming up on Friday, November 21st from 10 to 11 in the morning at the Donovan Dining Center. This session focuses on cultural diversity and is open to students, faculty, and staff.
Then on Monday, November 24th, Adams Library is hosting a movie night from 5:30 to 7:30 in the Reinhardt Room. They will be showing Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe as part of their film series that highlights queer, Hispanic, and Latina stories.
And on Tuesday, November 25th, the Unity Center is holding its annual Truths Giving Community Dinner Engage 200 from 5 to 6:30 in the evening. It is free, open to everyone, and features authentic indigenous cuisine in honor of Native American Heritage Month.
That's what's happening around campus this week. Back to you guys.
Thanks, guys. Now to our Anchor TV sports team.
Thanks, guys. Welcome back, everyone, to your weekly Anchor TV sports recap. Shane Marshall here.
Tim Yin here.
Let's get straight into last week's biggest highlights. The cross-country team participated in the NCAA D3 Mid-East Championship this past Saturday. For the men's side, freshman Tyler Boudreau, the top runner for Rick, a time of 21:31.70. For the women's side, senior Haley Oliver, all Mid-East and all New England honors for the second consecutive season. She finished 19th with a time of 22:35.30. Oliver qualifying for the NCAA D3 National Championship for the second time in a row. The meet will take place Saturday, November 22nd at Converse University. Let's take it to wrestling. Unbelievable 48-8 win over Plymouth State on Saturday. 6 total pins on the match from the Anchormen. 5 straight to open the contest with a 30-0 lead. At the 141 matchup, 5th-year Hunter Lundenberg, a win by fall in 13 seconds to highlight the sweeping open. Pair of forfeits and a win by fall from freshman Jaden Tesher locked up the victory at the 285 matchup. 1-1 on the year now for the team following a close loss that same day against Worcester Polytechnic Institute.
Finally, the Anchor women basketball team got things done on Saturday as well, taking care of the College of New Jersey, 82-70. Junior Megan Shorman, 11 points in the opening quarter to help pace the Anchor women. Lions knocked down a 3 to cut the lead, but look at this. Buzzer beater try from half court. Shaylin Smith, the sophomore, connects. 26-14 Rick, end of the quarter. On to the second, Lions able to get a little closer, but Anchor women keeping ahead, up by 7 at the half. Third quarter action, freshman Eva Monahan dominating play. 9 points in the frame to help bring their lead back up to double digits. Final quarter, high scoring. Anchor woman able to close out. New Jersey's foul attempts, no use. Shorman tying her career high with 27 points. Junior Abby Wager, 18 points and 9 boards. Monahan, 13 points total in the win. Rick Women's 3-1 on the season following a win on Sunday over Johnson and Wales. Here's what's coming up next for the Anchorman and Anchorwoman athletes.
On Saturday, the wrestling team tackles on the Doug Parker Invitational at Springfield, Massachusetts, beginning at 10 a.m. Women's swimming will head up to Worcester, Massachusetts for a meet against Clark in Western New England, beginning at 1. At the Murray Center, the women's basketball team will face off against MIT with tip-off at 1. Finally, on Tuesday, November 25th, both our basketball teams will play against Bridgewater State at the Murray Center. The Anchor women will play first at 5:30, with men's hoops beginning approximately around 7:30. Check out goanchorman.com/calendar for the full schedule.
For new articles, Dul Karuma wrote up a recap of the men's basketball team's home opener against Worcester State University on Veterans Day, and the interview with Juju DaCosta is now in article form, written by yours truly. Check out those articles and more on anchorweb.org. Last thing, I also interviewed our very own lead production manager, Shane Morin. Check out the opening clip.
Now I'm not supposed to be on campus on a Wednesday, so she's like, can you be here in like an hour? I'm like, I guess I can.
Check out the full Anchor TV interviews episode on the Anchor TV YouTube channel.
And that's it, and that's all for sports. Shane Marshall, Tim Yeen, Anchor TV, back to Brody and Tim.
Now for today's top stories.
Providence is seeing a major shift in public safety as new numbers show crime in the city has dropped to a historic low. Homicides are down by 90% compared to this time last year, with only 2 recorded from January 1st through November 19th. Last year during that same stretch, the city saw 10. Police credit the progress to new technology, a real-time crime center, more officers on the streets, and more residents sharing home security footage that helps with investigations. Colonel Oscar Perez says he has never seen numbers this low in more than 30 years with the department. And while one life lost is still one too many, he says they plan to keep building on this momentum moving forward.
3 Rhode Island teachers are being recognized for standout work in STEAM education, which brings together science, technology, engineering, art, and math in creative ways that get students thinking and building. The teachers were surprised with the honor in their classrooms, 1 from elementary level, 1 from middle school, and 1 from high school. And each of them will receive a grant to support their projects. State education officials say that these teachers were chosen because their lessons help students solve real problems, mix hands-on creativity with technical skills, and build confidence through collaboration. The goal is to highlight what strong STEAM teaching can do for students across the state and to encourage more classrooms to bring this kind of learning to life.
A British national living in the United States illegally has been sentenced for taking part in a construction fraud scheme that stretched across several states, including right here in Rhode Island. Federal prosecutors say he and his partners created fake construction companies, promised repairs they never planned to complete, and took large payments from homeowners without doing the work. Over the course of the scheme, they collected more than $1 million, including hundreds of thousands from a Rhode Island widow who thought she was paying for major repairs on her home. Investigators say the group then funneled parts of the money through out-of-state contacts to hide where it came from. The man pleaded guilty earlier this year and has now been sentenced to 4 years in federal prison, along with a large restitution order that will go toward paying victims back.
Senator Sheldon Whitehouse was the only federal lawmaker from the United States to attend the Global Climate Summit in Brazil, stepping in to represent the country even though the administration chose not to send an official delegation. He spent his time meeting with world leaders, policy experts, and environmental groups, focusing on issues like offshore wind, methane rules, and the impact warming oceans are having on coastal states. Whitehouse said he wanted other nations to know that many Americans still support strong climate action and that the United States should be leading these discussions instead of sitting them out. His trip put Rhode Island on the international stage and highlighted how divided the national climate policy has become.
Oh, and one more thing. Anchor TV will be hosting a holiday bazaar Thursday, December 4th, and it will run from 11:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Student Union Ballroom, so be sure to come on by.
That's all we have for you this week. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.